A friend of mine and I, who was also in the Pink Floyd, we started writing songs together, and because we were singing down in a cellar bar, and we needed material, and we thought it was a good thing to do. And one of those was picked up by Chad Stewart, who had previously sung down in the very same place that we were, and he liked the song because they were looking for a next single and something to put on their new album, and so he picked it up and really pulled it together musically. He's an educated musician. He went to music college as well. So that produced Summer Song, which became, little did we know at the time, huge record, top 7 in America. I sort of got a gold record of it, or at least I was sort of allowed to hold it. And it was something that it was a great start to a career. But then I think I sort of came in where most people do, which is sending songs to publishers and finding them either not interested, or they said, who's going to sing this? Or so they expected me to do the work as well, and by then I was back studying. So that was really how it all got started. But we were lucky. This was a big record very early on in our careers. It was it was suggested by Chad that we join as soon as we were eligible. I think you had to have 2 or 3 published songs in order to register for PRS. And I think probably it was about 1967 that my application was accepted, and I've never regretted that. It was, I think, a great sort of, for a songwriter anyway, collection agency. Sort of cuts out any sort of dubious activity there might be with music publishers, so yeah, and the royalties have kept on coming, and we've had different recordings of the same song. I mean, even there was one this year which Nicholas may have mentioned, co-op advert in Norway, using Summer Song as the base. Well, I suppose the fact that I did this and the children knew about it encouraged people to think, well, rather like I did, I could have a go at that. And I think Nick particularly has very much set his sights at that, and very dedicated, very excellent performer. I've no qualms about them as putting on good entertainment. I've seen them on stage for big audiences and smaller audiences, and they're excellent. So I think that the performance idea runs in the family, and musicality does. I mean, I think it was about 1962 or 3 that I started this, and it was very, very amateurish, compared to how it is today. I mean, it was a lot cheaper to produce records. They'd get some session players in, and it'd be done in about a couple of takes. There's nothing like the attention to detail that there is now. But I think that the quality of melody and rhythm to put together was probably one of the things that identified 60s and early 70s music, that it was very sort of very amenable, which now I think people try and go for difference for difference sake or different sounds. So I think, yes, there are lots of differences.